I just think the main thought is how important that relationship is and how common I've found, especially with entrepreneurial companies, that it takes both, right, to really get the company to the next level. And I really appreciated that even with my company when my visionary had to step away from the business for several months. And in his absence, I thought, oh, this is great. I get to run the business the way I want to run it. And it was fine. And it ran a very kind of stable growth rate, nothing too crazy. And I realized without kind of that spark that was part of that relationship, we were just a fine, kind of stable, mature business. And that can work for some. But it wasn't until kind of we re-engaged in the business and really started to, be creative in the way that we approached the different problems, and that the business really took off. And so I can say firsthand how important it is to have both sides of that. And I also remember just after we sold the company, and he said, I wasn't sure when we first started working together what it was going to be like, but I said, I remember when we walked into the boardroom and you said, okay, here's our 3-year plan. I knew where the vision was, but it's like not the plan. And so then I said, so we're going to go this direction and, this path. And he said, that was it. Like, you clearly knew how to get us there. I clearly knew where we're going to go. And that's really cemented in my mind that combination of personalities and approaches to the business. If you're missing one or one of those, you just miss a lot of potential, I don't know, growth or success in the business. If you only have the integrator, you're probably pretty stable, not going to change a lot, maybe not growth. If you've only got the visionary, you might have a lot of craziness and organizational whiplash, and it might grow in spite of itself, but it'll be very rocky. And I think that combination of those two just so balance one another out really, really well in a business.
Yeah, that's good. I think you've heard the quote of opposites attract. Right. Well, I think that's true, but then I've heard the other part of it is opposite attract and then they attack, right? So you have to manage that part as well, which we've talked about a lot today.